Hey you guys, it's Asmara, and y'all can read the title. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I've been keeping from y'all, as well as discussing my involvement with this channel over the past year. I'm going to preface this by saying 2022 has definitely been very challenging, and of course, we all have those years, and challenges and hardships are inevitable. But I definitely think in this year, especially, I feel like a sort of like disconnection, I think, from a lot of my content and being able to commit to the channel in a way that ideally would like to. Things have been pretty consistent recently. Over the past couple weeks, I've been putting out content regularly. I've started back streaming, which has been fun, but I also don't want to ignore the fact that I've had a lot of, unannounced absences or disappearances, and, I don't take that, lightly. And of course, creators, we are all subject to take breaks from time to time, but I think maybe what makes this feel different, at least for me on my end, is that a lot of it feels like forced or I guess unintentional breaks. And I don't know if that comes across in like you guys watching. I know several of you guys will support whenever, I come back, whenever I post. But more than just leaving, I feel like there's been a bit of a disconnection, I think, throughout this year. I feel like January through April, I was on a pretty steady grind. I was uploading a lot of different like types of content in January that I was really proud of. February is Black History Month, and I had a couple of, big projects then. Through March and April, we definitely started doing more like experimental gameplay, and that's definitely a phase of my channel I'm really proud of. And then I would say about May is when things started, slowing down a little bit. May is definitely a month, like April and May, where I had a lot of big changes in my life. For one, I started working, so I got a job that obviously changed my schedule a lot. But then there was a lot of just like personal stuff that also just sort of changed the life that I was used to. I would honestly say like 2022 was one of those like red pill moments of my life. Okay, don't hate me, I've never seen The Matrix, so I forget if it's the red pill or the blue pill. But taking the pill and it changes the perception of everything you used to know. I feel like 2022 has been a lot of that, and figuring out how to I guess navigate this new reality. It's been a lot of that in just various facets of my life, and a lot of just changes, big and small, that have kind of culminated to this point. Obviously this summer I've been really spotty with the uploads. Like in June and July, I think I posted like 2 videos each in those months. And in August I came back for the, Sims 4 high school years like mini series that we did. And then I did, like the Corey Kenshin video, which performed very well. And then I did the therapist reacts to Life is Strange True Colors video. September, I only posted one thing. And then October comes around and, starting to get in the groove a little bit. But I definitely, even though recently I've been very consistent, I definitely don't want to ignore the absences that I have had. And I don't know, maybe it seems more big in my mind just because I do care about this channel. I do care about my audience, you guys, and the community we started to build with this channel over the past couple of years. And I don't feel good about not having consistency in my uploads or really like a theme to my videos. I don't feel good about saying I'm gonna work on a project and then not uploading it. I don't like not finishing stuff that I start or that I say I'm gonna do. So yeah, I don't know. I don't take that lightly. A lot of that has a lot to do with just, a lot of mental health struggles. I've been honest about the fact that, I struggle with my mental health. And summer was definitely a difficult time, summer, and then it kind of cascaded into fall. But yeah, I just don't want to ignore the fact that I feel like in some ways I haven't been able to be as consistent with videos, and I feel like in other ways my creative passion for some of the projects on this channel has been depleting. But I will say, despite, the struggles I've had with my mental health throughout the year and the various, ups and downs and ebbs and flows in my personal life, I definitely do want to take a moment to acknowledge just the way this channel has grown so like exponentially fast. And you know, I always feel like I have to give this disclaimer that like, of course I know that there are plenty other channels that like, you know, blow up in, you know, 6 months or whatever. And you know, I'm not one of those people in, you know, that sense, but the growth that I have experienced with this channel is still not something to take lightly. I'm grateful that God continues to bless me in my content creation journey here in ways that I could have never imagined, and definitely I could have never set up or planned to begin with. I feel like it even starts at the very beginning. Like the second video I uploaded to this channel was playing The Sims 3 on Mac, and that video literally got like 1,000 views in like 2 days when I had, you know, barely any subscribers. Like I literally started this channel with 0. And so starting from 0, having my second video reach 1,000 views in like a week, that's something literally could have never, you know, imagined or planned. And not to mention, you know, of course, the Sims 4 documentary, like 3 or 4 months after I started this channel, that got a lot of traction. I was like looking back at my old videos and literally seeing if you could take a screenshot of the number of videos I had uploaded to my channel up until the Sims 4 documentary. So this channel was still very much fresh. It was still very much, you know, a baby. It wasn't like I had been uploading, at least on this channel in particular, for years and then that video just happened to, you know, take off. Like I very much had a very fresh and new portfolio of content. And you know, the fact that that happened so fast is of course a blessing. And then as a result of that, you know, my channel reaching over 10,000 subscribers in like less than a month. Y'all, we are at exactly 10,000 subscribers. This is really insane. The growth of this channel. What? Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. There's the whole thing with like my Life is Strange 2 Let's Play, my first Let's Play I did on the channel, and being able to play that on Mac, even having not known that, you know, Don't Nod was going to even make that game Mac compatible. Like I literally had bought that game years ago, and the fact that around the time I started my channel I can now play on Mac, like that's another example of just like, you know, a random thing that happened in perfect timing. YouTube Gaming tweeted out my Life is Strange 2 Let's Play. That was my first time, I guess, being recognized by YouTube themselves, and I thought that was really cool. And then of course, you know, around the same time I was featured as gaming creator on the Rise. That definitely helped boost my channel, you know, putting me on the explore page. YouTube Gaming of course also tweeted that out. And then y'all, from that Sims 4 documentary doing well, it really put me in a position to continue investing into this channel. And even though I don't want to be, you know, so just solely associated with The Sims, I feel like I've said that a few times or kind of implied that, you know, at different points on this channel, I can't thank the growth of that video enough in helping the rest of my channel. Like from that documentary, I had enough money to build my first gaming computer. Literally, this was in the middle of a pandemic, y'all. I didn't have a job. I had a job when I was, you know, living on my college campus, but of course we had come home. College was not on campus anymore, and so I had no income, and literally just from that video, I had enough money to buy a gaming PC. Something else I would have never imagined. From the documentary, I've been able to interact with and collaborate with other creators that I've like genuinely been like fans of. It was really cool being interviewed by Spring Sims. I got to interview Kia, who literally like a few years ago, her content, her channel just helped me through, you know, a difficult time, or like just a time of a lot of transition and change, and she brought a lot of joy. And so to be able to literally like a year later like be able to sit down and talk to her and she know who I am, I think is pretty crazy. And even like our Sims 3 bingo stream that I did with Aurora and Aaron, like Aurora Sims, she was one of the first like few, you know, Sims creators I followed, you know, several years ago. I of course can't forget about the first sponsorship I ever did, literally from a brand who reached out to me. I was not even planning to do any sort of sponsored content, like at least not this soon, but the fact that that was an opportunity that allowed me to continue investing in this channel And, you know, there might be some people out there who thinks, you know, who might think getting sponsored is like selling out. But honestly, those types of, you know, opportunities help this to actually become a job. It's guaranteed income. It's consistent income throughout the year. And y'all, if it wasn't for that opportunity, like a lot of that, the revenue I made from that helped me decorate this office and buy this, you know, all the things that you see in this space, which the office transformation is still, the footage is still on my computer. I'm still gonna upload it as a video, but even things like that, you know, I could have never imagined. So supporting our sponsors really does help support me as a creator and help fund the channel and buy equipment and upgrade the quality of stuff that you see here. And not to mention that it's just really cool having a brand just like send you stuff to your front doorstep. Like, that's really cool. And all of that leads me up to this point, which is now the thing that I've been hiding from y'all. So your girl, Asmara, has been selected for the YouTube Black Voices Fund 2023 creator class. So this is like recognition from like YouTube themselves. They're going to be helping invest in this channel over, you know, the coming year. The announcement actually went out on Tuesday, and I posted it on my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter. So if you guys, you know, missed that, this is the announcement for my YouTube channel. But y'all should follow me, links in the description. But yeah, it's really crazy to be invested in, you know, by YouTube. The program, you know, includes a grant and like other resources that are gonna, you know, help grow this channel. So actually on the thing that I tweeted, like the announcement post that I tweeted, YouTube responded back, and I want to read it. So they said, "So proud of you, Asmara. You continue to set the example for what it means to be outstanding. Make some gooby carbonara tonight to celebrate, please." And so I appreciate that. And I like that reference, you know, to The Sims and back to my channel. But yeah, this is legit, y'all. There's actually, if you want to learn more about what the Black Voices Fund is, they did like a little intro video. It's like 60 seconds. I mean, I'm not in the video, but I'll link it down below if you want to watch it. The 2023 creator class features like over 100 creators, so obviously everybody couldn't be featured in a 60-second video. But yeah, you can check that out if you're interested. So yes, I am officially a YouTube Black Voices class member, class of 2023 to be exact. And I feel like this is significant for a couple of reasons. Number one, I actually uploaded my first ever YouTube video in 2013. And so this coming year is going to mark a decade of creating content on this platform. And I started making videos honestly for fun before I started posting them on YouTube specifically. And the fact that this platform, YouTube, is one that I continue to come back to, you know, even after a decade after making my first channel, I think says something special about the power that content has and video creation has and the role it's played in my life. And even throughout the ups and downs, even if not uploading, you know, consistently throughout all those 10 years, the stuff that I've learned from YouTube, the editing, thumbnail making, even like all the things that I've learned from starting my first channel is things that I use in other areas of my life. And so to know that in 2023, a decade after posting my first YouTube video, that I have recognition and support and funding from YouTube themselves to continue this journey, I think it's really significant. The second reason this is really significant is that 2023 is actually the year I was supposed to graduate from college. And so I haven't actually like announced this anywhere. I mean, it's not really like relevant, I think, to my channel specifically, but I'm not a student anymore in the terms of like, you know, the educational system sense. But just to think about how much I've grown from my freshman year self, I think is definitely something to note and to reflect on and be aware of. And even though I won't be walking across a physical graduation stage this spring, I'll be, you know, metaphorically graduating with this creator class. And just thinking about, again, the experiences I've had over these past 4 years, whether it be in school or whether it be experiences from YouTube or like, my other job, and just all the things that have happened from, since 2019, the challenges I've been through and still going through, just the person I've grown into over these past few years, I feel like deserves to be celebrated and acknowledged. 2023, I feel like will still be a graduation season for me, even if not in a literal sense. I will say, one of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because just the battle I've had with my mental health, and still have, I guess, with my mental health and, anxiety, depression, all that, sometimes will make it difficult for me to really be excited or happy for things in my life that, I should be happy and excited about. It's hard to celebrate good things when your mind is kind of more focused on the next shoe to drop. That's actually, I know Brene Brown defines that as like foreboding joy, not allowing yourself to experience the fullness of joy in the event that something wrong is going to happen. So I'm not going to get too excited here. And that could, probably be like, defense mechanism or protection, mechanism, but, we don't have to talk about that right now. But the point is, I definitely get my head a lot and don't allow myself to often become excited over things that I feel like are worth being excited about and are worth, talking about. I don't even talk really about the journey that this channel has been through and the different milestones we have reached with this channel. I often reduce the impact that it actually has and what these different milestones, big or small, mean. Even if it's just meaningful to me, I feel like it's something that is worth sharing. I don't always have to keep those things hidden or not talk about those things. So I feel like this video was sort of meant to sort of combat that foreboding joy-ism. Imposter syndrome also, will kick my ass too from time to time, but I just wanted to document, I guess, this moment. What I've been able to accomplish so far at age 21 is worth talking about. And of course, you can sit here and compare, larger YouTubers who, have 1 million subscribers or being flued out places or, looking at $1 million homes at age 20. Like, of course I'm not one of those people, but I was never meant to be one of those people. I'm me. And I'm here right now in a place I could have never imagined possible even 4 years ago. And no, I'm not in the ideal place I want. Of course, I have my struggles and there's other, just personal life stuff that aren't going to plan. But I still think it's important just to acknowledge the growth of this channel, the way that God has blessed me with this channel. The fact that all these sequential events just kept happening over the past couple of years, despite the ebbs and flows of the channel, despite the viewership, being higher in some years or some months. I've only had this channel for 2 years, and then lower in other years. Like the fact that I still, God has opened up different doors and different opportunities, I feel like is a sign to, not give up on the channel just yet. And there's still stuff, I'm meant to accomplish while I still have this platform and am working towards growing this platform. And of course I acknowledge that, I applied myself. It's not just, these opportunities just fell out of nowhere. Like I did try to prepare myself for what I wanted, but a lot of it also just comes down to, God's grace, the things that I have no control over, the opportunities that I've been given. And I guess maybe a reason why this realization I feel like is hitting me is because, obviously I don't share the stuff that I've applied for and applied to that I didn't get. I've applied to other programs, other groups that are kind of have a similar objective. I've had other channels, I've had blogs, I've had, even a podcast, or I've had a couple podcasts. I've said there's so many different creative projects over the past several years that I've started and stopped. And the fact that this channel is the one that I guess keeps getting invested in different ways and keeps getting opportunities, I definitely don't want to take that for granted. So the fact that all those, other programs I've applied to that didn't happen, all those other projects that I've started and stopped, I feel like kind of led to this moment. YouTube is one of those platforms that I continuously come back to. And so I just want to say thank you to you guys who subscribe, you guys who watch my videos and continue to support me despite, you know, my absences or the changes in content. I also want to say thank you to my channel members. You know, the fact that there's literally anybody out there who is willing to give me their hard-earned coin every single month, you know, month after month. You know, you guys can choose to spend that money in any way that you want to. You know, there's plenty of other creators who have Patreons who you could subscribe to. There's streaming services you could have put that money towards, but the fact that you choose to, you know, support me in this way, anybody who has ever done a super chat or a donation, like, you guys are greatly appreciated that you decide to invest in me. I know sometimes, you know, in some months I'm much more active with my memberships than not, and so the fact that y'all even decide to support me through that, you know, I don't take that for granted. I want to say thank you to, you know, the first sponsorship that I ever did. You know, these brands can choose to work with any creators. They can choose to work with people who are bringing in, you know, thousands and hundreds of views and stuff. But the fact that, you know, there was somebody who worked on the team who saw, you know, value and impact in my content and wanted to offer me that opportunity, that's something else I don't take for granted. The fact that a brand decided to invest in me, which in turn allows me to invest back in this channel. And of course, I want to say thank you to YouTube for selecting my application, for believing in my channel, my content, and believing that I'm worth this grant and this opportunity, this resources. I appreciate all of y'all, you know, all the people I just went through, for believing in me even when I don't always believe in myself. So yeah, that's basically the video. I just wanted to acknowledge that I noticed that my channel has been through a lot of changes, but at the same time, I also appreciate those of you who keep watching, those of you who choose to watch, you know, whether the channel's going like this or the channel's going like this or kind of like this. Even though there are some videos that do much better than others, I've just felt a sense of peace with the evolution of the channel, whatever that looks like. I definitely think that symbolizes growth. I actually wanted to end out on this quote. I saw Wakanda Forever recently, and I've been like consuming all of like the interviews and behind the scenes content. I want to make a video about it. But the actress that plays Riri Williams, who's going to be Ironheart, said this quote in an interview I think she did with, I forget who it was, Vanity Fair, Harper's Bazaar, something like that. She said, this is something her teacher told her, you're giving people the opportunity to be changed. She was talking about that in terms of, you know, the roles that she plays and, you know, steps into. And I felt like that was powerful even in terms of thinking about content and how you create. You are giving people the opportunity to be changed. And that's really the mantra I want to represent with my channel moving forward. So yes, that's it. I really just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the experiences I've had on this platform and just really have this as like a bookmark of where I'm at right now. You know, life's not perfect. There's a lot of things I feel like I'm going through personally right now and just in life in general. But the fact that this channel is still here, the fact that I'm even in this place, that I have this equipment, this setup, this office, that I have, you know, any of these opportunities I talked about in this video, I think is important to acknowledge and remember and celebrate. But yeah, my name's Asmara, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.